Rudy's gone missing.
Oh, no.
Rudy's back. Here we go. Hey, good evening, dear friends, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. It's late, and it's my life's fault. My friends and colleagues have been here for ages, just talking about life in general and all sorts of exciting things. And it's my situation that caused lateness as usual, and I apologise. But we're going to make up for it tonight because we've got an exciting burst of 1930s shenanigans, and you know it's going to be good because just below me diagonally is the reason why it's going to be good. I'll tell you what, the guns are out on full display. It's like an armory down there. It's incredible, and it's a delight to be around three of my favourite people. And hopefully you, dear viewer, will find that it's a delight too, and you'll hang around. We'll do, I don't know, somewhere between you. And have you got a finish time?
Ideally half one, if that's all right. If that gives everyone enough time.
So we could be around for 90 minutes this evening, and we'll break if I get the message to say a cat needs feeding, or some air needs breathing, or a toilet needs using. If I forget, and you're fine with that, then let it run. If you need the break, then let me know. But we'll run for that time. So if you're watching, please feel free to chat or lurk, whatever you want to do. Click on the red sun to spend some points if you so wish. It's important to remember how good a boxer Rudi Otto is, so that is always available. If you want to hear an excerpt from his wonderful autobiography, there's the option there too. Otherwise, just have a flick around and see what you like. But first things first, let's hurry up onto this next bit and introduce us all. My name is Luke. I'm in white. It's freaking me out. Especially as I'm drinking red wine. It's asking for problems. I am the storyteller this evening, the herder of monkeys and cats. Said monkeys and cats start with the far left monkey or cat. He is my brother from another mother, the housewife's favourite, the Floofmeister General. It is Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hello, Luke. I'm very good, thanks. I'm excited to be here with such wonderful people.
It's and I think everyone's happy to have you with them. To be honest, Ewan, you bring joy
We'll see.
wherever you go.
We'll see.
You're like a mixture of Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and everyone's favourite uncle that slips them a drink at a wedding.
That's a tough crowd to live up to, but thanks.
But you're a man that can. Speaking of men that can, why don't you tell us about who you're playing tonight?
Tonight I'm playing the man that cannot. No, that doesn't work. Tonight I am Gaston Delarue, currently a reporter for Ce Soir newspaper, a Frenchman, joining his two friends, Tony and Rudi, on what he thought was going to be a very simple reporting mission. It's turned into something very different. He's reasonably charismatic, nowhere near as educated as the
reasonably aromatic.
Yeah, that as well. Very aromatic. So much scent. Very nowhere near as educated as the two people in which he finds himself currently in company with.
Very humble as well.
That's about it. Well, the numbers don't lie. Being a maths teacher, you would appreciate that.
Stats don't lie. He's a delight to have with. I'm sure they find some delight in him in some way. But shall we move up to the intelligence levels then, Ewan?
Let's do it.
Let's move up. Let's go all the way to the smartest man in any room, who lives his entire life in the Twin Peaks dream sequence, who has been sweating absolute buckets all week. I don't think the storm has helped much, has it, Ben? Good evening.
Not a lot. No, it was a miserable night.
How's the day been since? Recovering at all?
I managed to have a bit of a siesta, so that could be worse.
That is good. Has the siesta reinvigorated you for this evening's entertainment?
It did, and then I got very gripped by a football match on television, and that really did get me chirping up again.
As it piqued you to the appropriate level of 1930s shenanigan.
I'm not sure that they're necessarily connected, but my heart is still racing after that match. It was very, very exciting.
Oh, speaking of exciting, why don't you tell us about Tony? He's quite an exciting man, is he not?
He's becoming more exciting as he gets older in life. Tony Guerrero is by background an academic and archivist and museum curator type, and historically came without a hat and a whip, even to go with that. But after setting off on various adventures with initially his old friend Rudi, and then more recently adding Gaston to that, he has decided that there is some glory and joy in living a life of action and adventure, and he is throwing himself with ridiculous optimism into dangerous situations. He is, he's quite fun.
He's been quite heroic recently.
He has, not always completely effectively, but he's definitely somebody who tries to throw himself into the thick of things.
It's true, but can he ever really measure up to the man who has always thrown himself deep into the thick of things? He is our Greek god, chiseled from marble. In my mind, is sat above the greatest ancient buildings that the world has to offer us. His arms like sturdy oak, his head like the planets of the solar system, his face like a rugged bear. He is the magnificent, fantastic John. Good evening, John. How are you?
Good thanks, Luke. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to be here. I won't be checking any messages on chat. I have to warn our dear fans because for some reason, if I open another window, I start to lag. We try to avoid that. So if there is a very important message on the display, please do tell me to pass on the message.
Yeah, we will do. If anyone's got any questions, just please ask, and we'll happily
It's
send.
going to turn into a Q&A.
Yeah, we'll never get any done. If Sparrow will just ask clothing questions all night.
And that's fine. I'm here for
Which,
it.
yeah, I hope that's where we're going. That's where we're going. John, it's always a delight to have you, and it's also a delight to have Rudi, a fantastic character. Why don't you tell us a bit about him?
Yeah, let's talk a bit about Rudi. Rudi is a German-born but really caravan-raised, who is a really big fella. He used to be fighting bare knuckle as a child in he's a heavyweight division, and then early 20s he turned pro. He went 9-0 officially, then got all the money in the world that he was interested in the heavyweight division of the 19 like late early in the century or something, because now he's at his 50s, 55 or something, and he has spent his last couple of decades or more, maybe 3 decades, working on the academia, following his pursuits of history, more recently of occult as well. But most recent of them all is his dream of becoming a writer, and now he has written a book that vanishes off the shelves, called Ringside Rituals: A Boxer's Grapple with History's Hidden Forces. And he's fun, he's pompous, he's thunderous, he's Rudi Otto.
What a guy. I'm quite excited to get back into Rudi's world. Are the three of you ready to get started this evening?
I think
Yes.
we're enthusiastic, honestly.
Fantastic. Well, for those watching, this is a homebrew world made using the rules of Those Dark Places by Jonathan Hicks, which is a sci-fi horror game, so it's totally different to this, but it's a rule set that I love and that we use. So settle down into your nearest wingback chair, pour yourself a drink of something hard and red or dark brown or pale brown. Light anything you feel like lighting, whether it's a fire, a cigar, or a wet dog. And let's begin this evening.
First of all, the boys from the Baltic Star in no way condones the lighting of wet dogs or dry ones, just for legal reasons.
Thanks.
Please continue.
You've always got our back.
Well,
The Beastie Boys would have been the first to complain about it.
exactly.
And so we are, dear. So here we are, dear friends, at Jugendherberg Kofler, the youth hostel in which the fourth and final member of the treasure hunting posse is staying. Hopefully with the fourth ancient compass-esque artifacts, and hopefully without any members of the sinister organisation Legion in attendance. It is 5:30 p.m. on the 9th of March 1938, and it has been one hell of a day for our heroes. Let me try and summarise as quickly as possible for once in my life. Multi-trousered Italian treasure hunter and museum curator Tony Guerrero, undefeated autobiography writing German gypsy Rudi Otto, and French reporter, ladies' man and noted pervert Gaston Delarue have found themselves in a race against the aforementioned sinister, black-clad, shooty and generally violent group Legion ever since lunchtime, way back up the Danube in the Bohemian Café Kaufmann, where they had gathered to enjoy an afternoon of alcohol, pastries and stories with an old friend, Monsieur Henri Canard. Unfortunately, it turns out that Canard, along with 3 other archaeologists, had been busy discovering ancient wayfinding devices and had planned to meet up here in Vienna to combine said devices into what some believed was a greater mystical device to bring peace to a Europe that, as it's 1938, could probably do with some free world peace any time now. However, Legion had other plans, led by a man with piercing blue eyes who it seems has been tracking Tony and Rudi ever since they were boarding the SS Cannes and the mysterious bracelet of Mary Magdalene, and again in St. Moritz the night before their legendary symposium. Legion burst into the cafe, guns blazing, and kidnapping Monsieur Canard. He really doesn't have any luck with cultish types. With Canard's ancient Egyptian relic safely in hand, along with a list of his colleagues, our heroes jumped aboard what is now known as the Uppercuts and putted their way down the Danube, stopping at the buildings in which they were staying. Anna Zhukov was up first, in the house of Alina Fischer. Zhukov wasn't there, having gone underground through fear of capture, but using brain skills, and as far as Rudi was concerned, schmoozing skills. Our heroes found a hidden room and recovered the ancient Roman artifacts hidden within. 2 down. Up next, a trip to Conditorei Leitner to find young Rufus Hightower, son of an old friend, in fact. Unfortunately, Rufus has been less fortunate, and Legion members had taken over the bakery, killing the owner, Herr Leitner, as well as staff members. Fighting their way upstairs, 2 of our heroes took out a whole plethora of Legion goons, while one hero just stood smoking and probably just rubbing his nipples. Fortunately, they'd arrived just in time, able to rescue Rufus and take him along for the ride, along with his ancient Greek artifact, which he had stashed in a bready dough. And so here we find ourselves, outside the Jugendherberg's Kofler, with one archaeologist, the Swede last person to find, and one ancient Persian artifact to recover, with fears that these combined artifacts may actually be a device that leads the one who wields it to an item of great power. Our heroes are understandably concerned that it may lead Legion to a particular bracelet that Tony and Rudi purposefully lost several months ago. But is this the case? What will they find in the youth hostel? Who will they find in the youth hostel? Will they ever have a relaxing day together? It's 5:30 p.m. on the 9th of March 1938, and it has been one hell of a day for our heroes. We left it last time with our friends and heroes approaching the youth hostel through the side door to the stores and attempting to turn the knob. Let's take a roll, please. Let's start with a roll as we mean to go on. Let's
Mhm.
attempt an agility roll, please. Uh, for the door. Any of you can go in any order you want.
I actually can't remember which of us was holding onto the door at this point. I didn't make a note of it.
I think John's got it.
I,
Hasn't
I
he, John?
I would say, yeah, Rudy has the aha ready to go.
Good.
He always has one waiting.
Seems fitting.
It's a total of 7 for me.
Um, you do manage to get the door open, but with a 7, it's that sort of success, but slightly not perfect.
If this is a stealth mission, if I say, you will say, aha, you know, but you will still say that.
as, as he goes in with the quiet, as the door opens, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it seems to catch on a small pile of discarded bottles, which scatter rather noisily through the stores. His quiet aha gone to waste somewhat. But you are inside, and the storeroom is, from what you can first tell, empty of people. It is exactly what you'd expect. It's a funny shaped room, as you can see on the plans, for those of you that are in the plans. Um, John, can you see the map, or would you like it put onto Discord?
I've actually closed also Discord because of the lag
Oh, sorry, not
thing.
Discord. Roll 20. Would you like me to put it on Roll
So
20?
I only have roll 20, yeah,
Right.
to look at right now.
Let me add the picture for you. Okay. Um,
Thank you. Yeah.
fantastic. It's not necessarily great
And I'm still
for other
lagging,
people.
as I say right now. I have everything closed, so it's
Peculiar.
anyway, we shouldn't cry about it.
Nah, we'll
We
do
got
okay.
it.
Right, let me upload some files, eh? Let me upload a file for you. Tony and Rudy, Tony and Rudy, Tony and Rudy. Keep talking amongst yourselves, everyone.
Whilst we're waiting for this, Gaston will turn to the other two and he'll say, are you sure we should go in through this entrance? It strikes me that whatever the fates have planned for us in here, maybe we could throw them a surprise and last minute change of plans.
Honestly, I'm not sure about anything. Truly.
There you go, John.
But my big concern is not the door we come in through as much as what we might find when we're inside the building.
Yes, understandable. I mostly just
Why the
wanted to
cold feet now, my friend?
I mostly Ewan speaking. I mostly just wanted to watch Luke, see if he'd panic.
Oh no!
Perhaps we should go somewhere completely different. Does anyone fancy the theatre?
Luckily, one of us has quite a good map for a theatre. I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, that was very true. No cold feet. No cold feet. Just want to make sure that we know what we're doing.
The stores, while you're sort of discussing this, and Rudy, as quietly as possible, are hard his way in. Is what you'd expect it to be. It's rows, it's stacks of shelves all around the side. The stairs this time are not part of the building, unlike they were at the Conditorre. There, you see the sloping roof of the stairs going up the side, and there is space underneath, but the stairs are their own separate thing. It's in the stores. You've got some food. You've got a few sort of pillows, blankets. You've got like one of those big hampers on wheels that you would put dirty bed linen in,
Yeah.
so on. You've got some random trays. You've got some salt and pepper pots. Just a mishmash of things, really, that you'd expect in the stores. But like I say, it is empty of people.
Okay. Okay. So I will follow inside and sort of cast a look around. There's nothing in here that indicates where any particular guest will be staying, is there?
In the stores.
It's not. They
As a
don't
quick,
use it as like an office or anything as well.
no, as a quick look round, you can't see anything. You can look deeper, but as it stands, you can't see anything.
All right. Then I'm going to head up the stairs, but stop at the door at the top and listen at it, see if I can hear anything.
To go up the stairs, you would need to leave the stores into the corridor and then go into the doorway for the stairs. They are a separate part of the room.
Okay. Okay, I see your point. Yes, okay. So the stairs are actually, we can sort of see the underneath of them from the stores, but not the. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I will head to the other door into the stores and listen intently at that first, please.
Ooh, a listening check. That feels like a. You're doing this as quietly as possible.
Yes, please.
Let's go for a. Let's go for an education, please. An education is a knowledgey type thing, abilities to do such
Okay.
things.
That gives me 4.
What? That's far too many points. I don't like that at all.
Plus 4 is 8.
You place your ear to the keyhole, I suppose, and through it, it sounds quiet in there. You would expect at this time of the evening that there would be somewhat of a hubbub. It's sort of now we're heading into like dinner time, you know, and there is definitely food to be had here, but it does sound very quiet.
Okay. I'm going to look at the others and say quietly, you know, shall we press on?
Always.
Just very briefly, Gaston will grab one of the sheets or the pillows and look inside the casing for see if it's any particular brand. See if you can find a label.
Oh, good grief! There's me off to Google.
I'm not trying tonight. I promise. I was only joking about
yeah, you're doing your best. The label is a label that you recognise Gaston. I would imagine that Gaston has not been staying in the most salubrious places since he's arrived in Vienna. It's a similar sort of brand to the one that you'd have had at yours. It's a budget brand. The sort of thing that a youth hostel would have, to be honest.
With the
Yeah,
okay.
it's not like silk sheets or anything.
Gaston will turn back to you. Yes, let's press on, as you say. And he'll join the others at the door, I see.
Okay. I will open it up very slowly, very carefully, trying not to, you know, make a lot of noise.
Rudi will whisper to Tony's ear, "Ah." That's only whisper this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tickling of Rudi's moustache plays across Tony's ear a little bit. Also, like hold back a little.
Gaston pulls out his notepad and his pencil and he starts a very quick note and puts it back in his pocket. So getting some quotes for later.
As you come out the doorway, if you look, you've basically got the kitchen doors almost opposite. Down the way are the 2 toilets. They're they're those small rooms, like the male and female toilets. The dining room further down, and then to the left, as it would be, the stairs. The hallway is relatively comfortable looking, but also quite basic in the way that a youth hostel would be.
Mhm.
There's some old photographs up on the wall of when you come out of like old staff, uh, a hostel football team, a football team, a tournament or two, a few sort of events where with young people sort of by a lake, sort of smiling together, that sort of thing, in gym gear, the
Yeah.
vests and shorts and so on. There's no one in the hallway. All there is halfway between the kitchen and dining room. There's a couple of trays, a couple of sort of trolleys with plates of food on that um, are just there on the trolleys.
Are these the leftovers of food, or are they fresh and untouched?
They are untouched plates of food.
Okay. Um,
What
that's an
kind of
interesting
food?
thing.
What kind of food? It is really sort of again, it's everything is exactly as you'd expect the food to be. You'd be looking at uh, tappelspitz. It's a boiled beef with apple and horseradish. A very, very standard Austrian meal of the time. It's the portions are quite hearty, but to your eyes, as learned, travelled men, very basic. Hearty but basic.
Rudi will take a bite and a sip of the soup of and he will say something like, "Missing a pinch of salt."
they're
Is it?
also they're also missing temperature. It feels like they might have gone somewhat cold, really. Is that
And
was that the
also,
question, Gaston?
this one is important, and also they're cold.
That was going to be my question.
There you go.
Thank you. Of course, I should know that that the great Rudi would preempt any aha that I might have had.
Hmm. Okay. Can I find out how hot the food is?
Right, you can, Tony. How are you going to attempt to test this?
I'm going to creep along the corridor until I'm standing next to the trolleys, and I'm going to dip my little finger into the stew.
Okay. While there is a sort of a residual warmth to it, it is very much the cool side of lukewarm.
Um,
It's
I
been there
will,
for an hour probably.
yeah, I will theatrically lick the tip of my finger clean, and turn to the others and say, "Something bad has happened here."
Which is,
This food was made for people, but they didn't come and get it.
there could be all sorts of reasons why.
Yeah, but think back on today's events. What are the odds? They didn't go out for an impromptu cricket match, did they?
How many like plates there are? Like how many people would eat? Is it for two? Is it table for two? Is it for more?
Yeah, good question. Um, each trolley has 3 layers to it: top, middle, and the bottom. And there are like 3 plates on each layer. So there's 18 plates between the 2 trolleys. Are very like similar looking, all serve the same.
Yeah. So effectively ladled out for people to enjoy.
Yeah, you got it.
And do we know if Mr. Large Person had the family?
Rufus is with you.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
thinking of maybe we ask Rufus.
Rufus is looking quite nervous at this point. He's sort of come in to the quiet thing, seen, heard the quiet aha, heard the listening at the keyhole, and looks slightly uneasy in this corridor. And he thinks for a minute. Well, Lars never mentioned really his family when we were communicating with each other. Um, I've only met the man once. You must know. Um, I would assume when he was saying he was here alone and booked into the youth hostel. Usually, youth hostels are full of a whole range of people. Youth, yes, in these days are not the only ones that stay here as things are getting more expensive. Lars is an older gentleman, and I doubt he's the only older person staying here. Uh, but judging by the plates, they've got a building full, as it were. It's just surprising that the food's not being served.
Yeah. Um,
Are there any signs? Rudy will investigate for any signs of breaking.
Oh, so we're looking. So you're in the hallway at the minute. So you can look around this hallway.
Like windows, any scratches on the floor, or like signs of a crowbar, or anything really like it,
Oh,
or or of a struggle, like
just
maybe some soup is on the floor,
yeah,
or something.
there's something out of the ordinary in that regard. Please
Hmm.
roll an education check for me, please. I'd love to
Yeah,
give you something, but I can't.
I would like to as well, but it's 7, barely a success again, but still not extremely bad.
Again, as you notice something by the dining room door, but as you walk towards it, your foot accidentally kicks against the one of the trolleys, causing it to
Mhm.
rattle, and one of the plates on the bottom to sort of drop off onto the floor. It doesn't smash, but it has that sort of that slightly booming noise of a cheap crockery, I guess,
mm,
on the floor. Um, you sort of walk past, you sort of wince, I guess, all of you as he does it. But by the dining room door, which is shut as it stands, Rudy, you do notice some what looks like slightly freshly chipped wood alongside. You know how wood that has in the recently, it's not weathered in, it's still
Mm.
fresh. It's there, yeah. There's that is on the door frame on your side.
Uh, he calls over Gaston, shows him what he found, and says and asks, "What do you call that, Gaston?"
The was the damage.
No, we call it aha because we found something
Ah,
here.
I, I, I didn't feel it was my place to. Perhaps at the next door. Might I? Do you think I could give it a
Uh,
go?
maybe the next one, but for
Ah,
now, I think uh,
let's stick with the way
maybe
things are.
maybe Mr. Herr Person and maybe someone close to him was abducted, most likely by the despicable legion.
Are you suggesting less stealth, more haste might be in order? Or do you think this?
But the problem is how we can possibly to track them down now. Even if they leave like another sign on the balcony or something, we won't be able to like find the way they came from. So
Are there? Sorry. Uh, are there any? There are other properties, right? That view the front door. Luke.
judging by the food that's cold, they might be like anywhere between like 20 minutes to full hour away, all
Mm,
directions. Very difficult to track them down now.
In answer to your question, you and This is a less populated area down the Danube, but there are still buildings around. There are still it still does open onto a main road, as it were. So although it's not the sort of the high terracing of earlier, there are still buildings opposite and not too far away on
Yeah,
either side. Yeah.
he'll say to Rudy, "Well, you and Tony are the experts, but we should check and make sure there's nobody here who was witness to whatever it is that's happened here, and then potentially see if we can get any information from the neighbours. It won't be exact, but it could be useful if there's nothing else to be done, of course."
I agree. We should take a look in the dining room, since if they were waiting for food, that might be where they were. And, potential scuff marks and that kind of thing. But I'm going to make an assumption that the dining room actually has windows. So I'm wondering if I should head back out the way we came in and walk around the building to see if I can see anything through the dining room windows.
Mm.
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 So if I can do that, I'll let the others know the plan, and obviously they can come with me if they want or stay here as they choose. But if I can, I'm going to get out through the store's door and then head round past the kitchen, round that corner. See if there's a window that looks into the kitchen, and then see if there's a window that looks into the dining room.
You can do that. Are the other two of you staying, or are you going with?
Let's go with, I suppose. Is
If
there
you'll
anything else to set for here?
if you'll excuse me one more fool's errand, I'll be 10 seconds behind you.
Okay.
There were. But generally, yeah, we follow Tony.
Okay.
What do I need to do? Gaston, do I need to deal with your fool's errand first then?
No, it won't take much. Very quickly on the way out, everyone else has inspected the food. Gaston will go up to the food and he'll pick up a piece of the beef and inspect it very closely. Is it which way is it cut, Luke? With the grain or against the grain?
Oh, it's cut against the grain, and some with the grain, and some diagonally from the grain.
Oh,
From a
Anakin.
learned eye, you could tell. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because you're French,
Yeah.
so you know.
This is something the French know automatically.
It has been hacked up by what would be called a cook, not a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks around him and remembers somewhat where he is and the branding of the bed linen. And okay, scurries up after the other two.
You catch up to them just outside the stores, actually, with the plan to go around the back. Yeah.
Yes, to head right as we come out of the store's door.
Yeah, fantastic. So, as you head around the back of the building is quite characterless at this level. You can see that there are windows on the first floor, like the floor up, but here there are none. As you come around the corner, there is you see there's probably a good 20 meters towards the next building, so there is space for windows on the side. The kitchen appears to have one well-sized window, and the dining room has sort of three nicely sized windows at regular intervals down it.
Okay. I'm going to effectively keep going along the kitchen wall until I encounter the first window that you can plausibly look through. I mean, there may be ones made out of those like glass blocks or whatever that aren't useful. But as soon as I get to a window that you can look through, I'm going to, as subtly as I can, peer around the corner of the window.
Ah, fantastic. In the kitchen, the kitchen I would call, and you might refer to it as Marie Celeste-like.
Okay.
There are pans. From what you can tell, the heating's been turned off, but there are pans that are half full, a quarter full of substances with the spoons in. There's a couple of half dished up plates. There's some half open bottles of what Gaston would refuse to call wine, and some tea towels and sort of other sort of cleaning cloths hung over the end of handles and things like that. It's a working kitchen that, up until a point, seems to have been working.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, with that in mind, going to sort of turn back to the others and say, looks like everyone left in a hurry. And then I'm going to keep going around the corner and along towards the dining room windows, assuming there are some, and see if I can peer in through there.
Okay. You get to the first window and you look through into the dining room. The dining room's a nice wide space.
Mm-hmm.
There's, but the tables are not fine dining tables for 2s and 3s and 4. They're like long trestle tables, I suppose,
Okay.
like a German beer hall almost.
Yep.
You know, where people would sit to eat, enforced talking to get to know people kind of tables.
Yep.
But there's no food on the tables or anything. What there are is probably about 24 people sat tied to chairs and gagged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you roll an education for me, please?
Yeah, me. Yes.
Yeah, you're the one looking through, so.
Okay, that did not go well. That's a total of 5, despite my 4 education.
They appear to be the tying. There's sort of things sort of attached to them. You can't quite make out what it is.
Attached to all of them, or just 1 or 2?
All of them.
Can I, first of all, wave the... Are the only people in the room that I can see the people tied to the chairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So can I wave the other people forward to so they can also peer through the windows as well?
And it's a bit mean if they're tied to chairs, but yeah.
But can I take a look at the door, this side, the inside of the dining room door, please, from where I am at the window, and see if there's anything like a tripwire or anything attached to it?
Oh, good question. If you've waved all the others forwards, why don't you all roll an education? If you're now all going to have the chance to look.
Ah, my time to shine.
Your time to shine. Has anyone got engineering?
No.
Wait.
You're really not shining tonight.
Doesn't sound very
That's
likely.
okay.
But you have like jack of all trades or something, right?
He's got chat of all trades.
Chat.
Yeah. Technically, I do, but that's because I've used it for daring do, if that makes sense.
So I've got a +2 for you for engineering. Actually, you got a +1 for history, a +2 for fighting, a +2 for engineering, and a +1 for daring do. See, I've got you as having it actually. Now I look. Feel free to add it.
Okay.
So all of you roll your education, and Tony, add your engineering.
Mine's a 6. please, Luke.
Okay.
Another 7.
Title.
Oh,
All
Rudy,
sevens.
you and your 7s. That's 3 in a
No.
row.
That's a total of a 9.
No,
Ah,
that's the way we like it to go. Just keep getting better.
Rudy, you look closely. You notice that there's nothing behind the door, but you lean a bit too close and your head bonks against the window, and a few of the closest people sort of look up at you. The people tied with sort of wide, hopeful eyes. Tony, you indeed also notice that there are no wires and there's no key in the lock or anything like that that suggests it's been locked from the inside or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to try the window to find out if it's unlocked.
Okay. The window is unlocked.
Okay, then I will very, very slowly creep it open, keeping careful eye out to make sure I don't accidentally pull on some trip or trigger or whatever.
Okie dokie. Agility, please. I'll
Oh, that's going to go brilliantly.
Shall I give you daring do? It's quite daring to climb through a potentially trapped window.
After you've just checked the door, I would say so.
Yeah.
A total of 6.
Okay. As you climb through the window, you trip over the edge of the window as you're climbing through, and you fall head first onto the ground with a sickening crumpled yelp.
I will sort of crawl off to the side so I'm not in anyone's way, and
Leave space for the more agile.
yeah, maybe, and I will keep looking at the people tied to the chairs and see if they are, well, they saw me at the window, so obviously presumably those that can look in this direction are watching me fall flat on my face.
They are, but surprisingly, none of them laugh. If anything, they look relieved, I guess.
Breaks the tension.
Exactly. This guy can't be a professional whistler.
I'll try to catch the eye contact with one of them, the one that seems most actually less stressed, or not most anything, less stressed.
Mhm.
And I will try to do this notion, and they say like where, and I point around.
Yes, I like it. Please roll for me a charisma check, please.
This time is not a 7; it's only a 6. That's not enough.
Well, you say it's not enough. Did you notice the book that this person had on the table in front of them?
What? They were reading my book.
They were indeed reading your book, and you can see in their eyes a look of confusion, then a look of recognition, and their eyes wide open, and they're like, you can see them telling themselves, "This is Rudi Otto. He went undefeated. He took down a cult single-handedly. He single-handedly found the bracelet of Mary Magdalene.
Yes, he did.
Officially 9-0.
He single-handedly gave the best symposium in St. Moritz that there's ever been.
Oh.
I am invincible!
Yeah, he single-handedly knocked out a train.
Exactly.
Does he show me where the threat is, or he just swoons and looks at me like he's his favorite celebrity?
For a 6, he just swoons. But what a swoon.
I will at least show him my book and say, like, thumbs up, all the thumbs up.
Perfect time and place for it. I'm sure if his hands were free, he would ask you to sign it. But yeah, he looks quite intently at you, like and then sort of down at his binds, I guess. But that's all you're getting out of him with that roll. Tony's flat on the floor, blood seeping from his knee through his trousers.
Oh God.
Rudi, you're sort of half clambered over the window with a full-grown man swooning over you, and Gaston, you and Rufus are bringing up the rear.
This feels more of an appropriate time for Gaston to shine. Gaston will swan up to the window, peruse the room, quite quickly single out the most attractive person in the room.
It's definitely not Tony Guerrero right now.
At this point, he'll shoot them a quick wink, and then he'll attempt the
Oh.
2 hands on the window, like forward roll,
Oh yeah.
jump and forward roll through.
Oh, you know what that's going to be? That's going to be that's going to be an agility with seduction.
Oh, thanks. I felt as though I was grasping, but to be honest,
You can always grasp with me. I'll give you a-
can.
Oh,
That's going to be an 11 total. I'm glad it was a pointless run.
you flip through the window exotically, bounding past the clambering Rudi, landing perfectly on your feet, inches away from Tony Guerrero's bloodied knee. The young lady whose eye you catch swoons almost as much as the man that swooned at Rudi, and she shakes slightly. You don't know if it's through fear or through the hope of you coming closer.
Dust himself off and offer a hand up to either of them. It's not strong enough to do it, but Are you okay, Tony?
I'll be fine, thank you. My trousers, on the other hand.
Which pair is this?
This is my 4th best pair of trousers.
Was.
And bloodstains do not get out easily, I'm told.
No, especially not from grey. It'll leave a shadow on everything. Right. I will help myself to my feet using the windowsill a bit, and then lean out to see if Hightower needs any help getting through the window.
Hightower will take the help. He's as we know, he's not the toughest individual around. He does not take after his father in that regard. And with a little bit of coaxing and support, you do manage to get through the window. Could you roll an agility for me, please, Ben?
Well, I can, but I think we both know this is going to be disappointing.
I depend on it.
That's a 7. Thanks to rolling a 6.
Nice.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. As he comes through, you get him through really well. With his heel, it does sort of kick at the your bloody knee somewhat, and you notice the patch of blood growing through your trousers.
Okay. Before I actually start running around trying to untie people, can I go and look closely at the chairs they're tied to, the ground underneath, what they're tied up with, that kind of thing?
You absolutely can. They appear to be tied up. You can see immediately they're tied up with a few things. There's a pretty standard rope used. There's a few seem to be tied up with the cord of like fire hose that's been unravelled from one side of the room.
Okay, yep.
It's sort of a couple have been sort of tied up tightly with sheets. It seems like there was, it was what was available was available. I
Yeah.
suppose. But from you looking closer, as you come in now and you've looked closer, without anyone being missed, they all have a grenade tied to their chest with a rope, sort of some bit of the rope or something, or an end passing through the pin.
Okay. I will point this out to the others.
Yeah.
Those ropes, the strings or whatever that are attached to the pins,
Mm-hmm.
do they all link together so that a single thing could pull the pins from all of the grenades?
They don't know. That would be catastrophic.
Yeah, that'd be chaotic.
Gaston looks at Tony once this is pointed out and just says, "Is now an appropriate time for the aha?"
As soon as we find someone who no, that's not a good time. That's not a good
Okay. Understood.
Rudy needs to find where the bad guys essentially are. Are they none in the room?
Everyone in the room is tied up.
So there's no one patrolling with a gun or something.
No.
Okay, then I make this notion, and I go inside slowly without a house, and I won't ungag the fanboy.
Oh,
someone more neutral, someone a bit random and neutral, and barely ungag him and say, "Where are they? Where are the people who did this to you?"
I need to make a note here. Don't fear the fact I'm making a note. Actually, do fear the fact I'm making a note.
This is just makes more questions. Do no, don't.
The man ungagged, you see him, he sort of runs his lips around a little bit, freshly out of the gag. It was quite tight when you undid it. It was unpleasant, it was forced straight in, teeth either side kind of thing. He sort of, And then he says, "Don't untie any of us. They attached grenades. They said we'd all go up."
Just please answer that question that I asked you. Where are they?
The men, they were all in black. They all stormed in. They told us to stay still. They're armed. We're just academics. Just him
I
over
gagged
there.
him. I got the next one. Where are they?
This one is learned. I didn't. They said they were looking for someone in the building. I didn't hear them leave.
I gagged him, and I ask the crowd, and I say, whoever tells me where they are, I'm gonna gag him. They can stretch their mouth.
Hang on, I'm gonna roll something on that.
While this is going on,
Yeah.
can I ask Hightower, please, if any of the people tied to the chairs are in fact Pearson? Because it's always possible they didn't recognize him and nobody pointed him out and they've left him here.
Very good.
I will roll. Let me find out. He's met him once, so you should recognise him. Rufus sort of moves around the room gingerly, with so many grenades around, so keeping an eye out. He looks at a few of them. None of these are Lars.
Okay.
And on a similar note, whilst this is going on, it's not a similar note. It's a very long shot and very unreasonable. But Gaston will wander around and try and look reassuring at everybody, but at the same time, he wants to take in everybody's eyes and see if there's any piercing blue eyes in the crowd.
Oh, that's clever. It's clever that. Like, you three, between the three of you, you've been very clever here. I'd like to say. Please roll an education for me, please, Gaston.
He is the least clever. With seduction, because he's gazing into everyone's eyes. It's a long shot. It's a 5 total without seduction. Without seduction.
You don't. You've
I'm familiar with eyes.
You're familiar with eyes. I'll give you eyes. You've seen these piercing blue eyes. You saw them at Cafe Kaufman. You saw them briefly at San Moritz, didn't you?
Yeah.
They're the 2 times you've seen them. You're probably about 85% sure that those eyes are not in this room.
He'll just
There are some blue eyes in there, but
I'm
pretty
sure.
sure they're not.
Statistically, okay. He'll continue to try to put everyone at ease.
Now, if I can bring this brief moment of brilliance to an end by asking a really dumb question.
Oh, way to bring it down.
I know. Without being silly about it, it's 1938, right?
I'll tell you what, it's not just 1938. It's 5:50 on the 9th of March, 1938.
I was going to say 45. Okay.
Oh, we're close.
You're in charge.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time. That's 20 minutes since you got. Yeah, that's about right.
So, by that point, we will have been pretty familiar with, assuming we pay attention to things like newspapers and newsreels.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have been pretty familiar with pictures of the German military.
Oh, for sure.
So I want to know if the grenades that are tied to them look like German hand grenades, which are quite distinctive. They're like stick grenades.
The ones that you like push and twist or whatever it is, isn't it? The potato mashers, whatever they're called.
Yeah, they come with a sort of wooden handle to make it easier to throw them. Do they look German, or are they some other manufacturer?
These are not those German grenades.
Okay. Interesting. And if I use my eyes rather than my fingers to follow the little strings that come away from them,
yeah,
where do those strings lead?
If you want to follow them, if you want to follow it round, I'll tell you what, make because you're not using your fingers, you're using your eyes. Fingers would have been agility, and that's setting yourself up for very bad things.
That's a terrible idea.
Setting all of us up for very bad things at this rate.
Eyes, however, are often linked to education, unless you're Gaston, and then they're charisma, of course.
Of course.
But for you and Rudi, they would be education. So please make an education roll. And I'll tell you what, because it's this kind of thing, give yourself an engineering.
Okay. That's 11.
Ah, wonderful. You sort of look at a few of them that are sort of near you, and it appears that the grenades have all been attached in a similar but slightly different way. They're generally tied in so that if someone literally just tugs at the knots, sort of in the front, the pressure would pull the pin out. There's ways to remove the grenades that probably isn't that difficult, They're just sort of there to stop panic and there to stop someone, trying to loose them willy nilly. But all
Right.
they are is the grenades literally attached to their own binds.
Yeah.
But removable to, if you take your time, you would
All right.
suggest.
So in essence, what I could do is take a knife and just cut the little strings that are attached to the pins.
With enough agility, yes.
Okay, we're not doing that then, because that way we all die if I try to do that. I will look back towards Rudi and let him continue with his investigations of his helpless victims.
Well, is there anyone who knows where anyone is? So they're like the Legion. Like, are they next door? Are they downstairs, upstairs?
One young lady sort of lifts her eyebrows at you, sort of like, and sort of half nods. She's nervous
Okay.
about too much movement, but she half nods.
Okay. I ungag her.
I'm German. I understood what they said.
Aha.
Um,
Was haben Sie gesagt?
yeah.
Ausdeutschen.
Yeah. You guys have got to stop hitting me with actual content here. It's very upsetting.
Break out the ancient Greek. Then.
Yeah, oh no, this is what I'm worried about. I'm a bit worried that there's Greek involved here. I'm going to be schooled quite badly.
Etani epitas.
That's
I could talk,
epic.
if it's Roman, I could talk a little bit about Caecius in his garden, but that's about all I could talk about.
Yes.
She says, they said, what they said, there was a few phrases I'm very clear on. One of them was, he's not here. And another said, check the register. And another said, check his room. That's all. That's the three sentences I recognised.
I translated the others, and Tony is a bit aloof right now,
Yeah,
maybe
he's
lost in thought.
indisposed. Oh, he's back. There he is.
So
No, I'm around. My camera's playing up for some reason. Apologies.
Oh. A common problem in the
check the. I already forgot them. Did you
check the
write them
register,
down?
check the room.
Check the register. He's not here.
He's not
check
here.
the room.
Check the register. Check his room.
All right. Is there a register around?
Are you asking the woman?
Yeah. No, actually, I'm asking you if I see any register around. But probably. Oh. You mean I tell her when you were? Actually, you didn't actually answer my question, so I gagged her. Neither did she answer my question.
He's a harsh man today.
Harsh but fair.
Harsh but fair. Harsh but
I
harsh.
asked for one thing. I was fair.
Close
yes,
and helpful,
the
but
others.
not right.
Oh, that was helpful, but that's what I asked. Okay, they were obviously searching for the what you call it, sextant or a pentagram or the compass, the sextant compass, the fourth piece.
Mhm.
But yeah, each and every one of them failed to tell me if there are anyone on the outside, if there are people coming. We don't know where they are.
One of them flicks their eyebrows at you then, Rudi, if you put it down. Someone else fancies the chance at getting the gag out.
I tell him, You better not just want to stretch your jaw. and remember, we are the good guys, but you're stretching it as much as you can. And I gag him.
My German is not so good, but some went through to the lounge and reception, and I think some went upstairs.
Thank you. Might I actually
now
leave
can
you the
you
gag?
now
a
can
few,
you let
few more.
can you let me
Yeah?
out, please? Can you let me out, please?
No.
Please?
You will explode. You will explode. I'll allow you to
Tell
stretch
it
your
like
jaw
it
for a
is.
few more seconds. Just be quiet. So yeah, I leave the gag out to
He
see.
starts humming the Marseille.
Oh, Gaston stands to attention.
Can I ask a question of the room, so to speak, of our tied up people?
Sure.
Can I ask if anyone is actually nimble with their fingers?
Now's not the time or place. Yeah, are you nimble with your fingers?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yes.
Frame the question to me as if you were Tony, who you are.
Which of you has the best dexterity?
A few looks, a few look straight to the ground. There's two of them that sort of either side of the room, I guess. They sort of share sort of glances at each other as if they're like, "Is it you? Is it me?" You know, that sort of thing.
Gaston looks around the room at all the tied up people and reluctantly sort of half puts his hand up.
And I'm then going to say to Gaston,
Right now, he might be the guy.
why don't you pick one of those two and very carefully untie them? And then what we can do is leave while that person unties the others.
It's
You know,
not
so
like
that we're not reliant on our
terrible
ability
plan,
rolls.
but if it fails, everybody dies. So I will willing to take a risk.
Perhaps a knife or some scissors might reduce the risk somewhat. With the lack of
I
pulling
feel that's certainly the way
at
to go.
things that are attached to
Do
grenades.
you have a pocket knife?
I don't. Gaston will look for the. Does anybody particularly here look like a cook, not a chef?
Yeah, because there's definitely no chefs in this building.
So that's for sure.
Over in one corner, there do appear to be two guys that are dressed in slightly grubby whites. They're either cricketers or cooks.
Nah, Gaston will head
it's
over and
it's Austria, so it's probably cooks.
he'll ungag one of them and he'll say, "Later we need to talk about your Tafelspitz, but for now, which way to the kitchen?"
He nods behind him. If you look on the diagram, there's a door between the dining room and kitchen.
I'll be honest, I can't see the diagram.
It's very small.
But he'll head in that direction.
It's the room. If you look at it, should be in our thingy anyway. There's the plan, the floor plan. If you can see the dining room and the kitchen, there's two little dash lines between the two at the top of each. If you can see it in our Roll20.
Oh, I haven't got it in my Roll20.
Has anyone else got it in their
Roll20?
Roll20? I have shared it to the page. Has no one got it in the page? I did share it.
No. Can't see anything around it.
It's okay.
Hang on.
I can go theatre of the mind.
Oh, Theatre of the Mind. It's quite a...
Theatre of the Mind. Yeah, let's go Theatre of the Mind.
It's a grand theatre. So the dining room, and I've got to describe it now. The dining room is a largish room with the three big windows and we talked about all the tables and there's some grenades attached to some people.
Yeah.
Some have
Like
gags
most
in.
dining rooms.
Yeah, some have gags in. Some have slightly dangly gags. Rudi Otto's worked his way around half the room, and there's two guys in white in one corner. To the top left of the dining room, as the plan would be, there is swinging doors through to the kitchen area, which is where he just suggested you may want to go.
Gaston will run over and he'll put an ear to the door, following Tony's lead in previous doors.
As you run over, I'm going to follow exactly what you said. You run over and put an ear to the door, but because you're running, your ear slaps against the door, which opens slightly and then slaps back in your ear.
Oh!
You can't hear anything inside apart from the ringing of your ear.
He rubs his ear and notes that he can't hear anything inside apart from the ringing of his ear, and looks back to the other two. And if there's anything you need to do, I can probably see all these people through. He looks a bit nervous.
Yeah, that's like a big risk involved with that.
Yeah, come on, Hightower. Let's be in a different room.
He's never looked more keen to follow you anywhere, quite frankly.
Carefully, can I lead Hightower out into the corridor?
You can. As I said, there
Yeah,
appeared to be
I
nothing
will
wrong
go
with
with
the
them and have my eyes fixed in the kitchen or wherever else they said that they heard something.
Yep, you can head out of the into the corridor. So, like we said, the door that had the little scuff in that someone had obviously dragged some stuff through or something. You open the door and you're back in that corridor that you recognise with the trolleys of food and the photos on the wall. Whereas Gaston, you're at the other side of the dining room with your ear to the swing door to the kitchen.
And once he sees them leave, he will head into the kitchen looking for a knife. Something small.
Thus big. Yeah, yay big.
A vegetable knife or something.
Yeah. Nothing. He doesn't want to.
A potato peeler.
No, it certainly doesn't want a potato peeler, but certainly doesn't want a like a cleaver or anything weighty with a lot of bulk to it.
No, that doesn't sound like
fine detail work feels like the way to go for.
Ironically, most kitchens don't actually come with a grenade knife in the drawer. But
No, unfortunately,
most kitchens.
French kitchens do. But...
roll an education for me, please, Gaston.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be an 8.
8, oh.
Which is very unlikely.
I'll tell you what. I would say pick any sort of knife you want, but this is not the sort of kitchen that has specific fish knives and things like that. There's like 4. There's a cleaver. There's like a bread knife. There's like a large carving knife, and there's a couple of vegetable knives sort of scattered around, I guess, and a meat knife next to the old sharp knife that is right next to it.
He'll grab a bread knife just in case, and a vegetable knife. He'll test the vegetable knife a little bit on the finger and see how sharp it is.
It is sharp. It even cuts in slightly.
Surprising, but okay.
Could you make a note that you have those, a bread knife and a veg knife?
I can, and then he'll head back to the dining room at some point.
Okay. So I assume then we're all either side of the dining room door to the hallway. Almost all back together. Near as damn it, I would say.
Except separated by a door, yes.
Yeah. But, what's a door between friends?
It's a door between friends, that's what it is.
I'm going to suggest to Hightower that he remain in the corridor for a moment, and I would like to head to reception if possible.
You can. My apologies. I seem to lose the door out, but that doesn't matter. It would be towards the end of the dining room. There is an L-shaped space, which is the lounge to the bottom and reception to the top right.
Okay.
You sort of have to pass through the lounge slightly to get to reception. The
Okay.
lounge is deserted. It has some low round tables with some relatively comfy but threadbare chairs. Um, there's some newspapers of sort of the last few days scattered around, a couple of magazines, and a wireless in the corner. Um, a couple of chessboards, all sort of like half-finished games, like people would leave if they were going to lunch. Nothing out of the ordinary there.
Hmm.
Um, you head to reception, and how brazenly are you marching towards reception?
Very, very cautiously.
Oh, very, very cautiously. As you edge through the space
I
they've
will
given
follow him. I will follow him. Just make be
you.
sure.
Equally cautiously, Rudy, or are you aharing extra
No,
steps?
no, equally cautiously. Equally cautious. Yeah.
In which case, I'm going to need to make you roll something, but I need to make sure it's the right thing. Let's go education, please.
Okay.
Both of you, please. Both education.
Education.
And neither of you get anything added to that at all.
No, critical
That's a
fail. That's
9.
a total of 4 for me.
Rudy,
Oh.
Rudy. Ah, Rudy, as you sort of progress through, you're slightly behind Tony. But there comes a point where Tony sort of freezes, and you sort of don't notice it from him, and you keep on walking forwards right past him. You haven't spotted what he spotted, and Tony's roll allows him to sort of just grab at your collar somewhat to pause you. Uh,
Hmm.
Tony, you have noticed a figure all in black, sat, fortunately with his back to you, sat at reception. He's got a like a German made rifle on the counter in front of him.
And he's effectively, from where he is, he can cover the front door at the corner.
Yeah, exactly the spot. You got it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to. We've got to act quickly because at any moment he could turn around. So I'm just going to turn to Rudy, point the guy out, and then literally hold up 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 1
All
finger.
right. Yeah. Rudy gets that hand gesture and prepares a haymaker to the back of his head.
Oh.
And I'm certainly going to run, hopefully with Rudy alongside me, towards this guy, and we're going to hit him as close as we can, like the train.
Oh well. Oh,
Like the train that you are.
Like the train that Rudy is.
what a happy memory.
That's
Happy
the
Tony's
one.
more of a dining car, but still.
Right.
Let the knocking out on me. You catch him before he falls. I don't really have to say to him. We've probably done this routine before.
You do it every night in my dreams, quite frankly. I'll tell you what, Rudy. Then
That's amazing.
let's chain it up. Rudy, you're going to go strength and boxing, so that's a +4 to your roll.
Yeah, obviously.
So Tony, your follow up to catch him is going to be an agility with daring do. So it's tough but doable.
Okay.
By the way, I'm lagging again. Sorry for the laggy camera. I don't know. I haven't opened anything, so maybe it's a bit random when it happens, like a lag storm. Anyway, let's roll. No, it wasn't good enough. That was a 6.
Oh, what?
He is getting old after.
Yeah, it's true.
Nobody can win just of time.
And Tony is a yes. No
I've done
one,
a
no.
total of 7, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no one ever beats time, of course. you sort of the two of you go charging over, and as you're running towards him, you get that flashback of like how things were just a few years ago. The two of you, fearless, young almost. You picture what you can do, but the old bodies don't quite achieve what you want to. Rudy, you go to swing, but your punch is sort of not quite right. You know, maybe you took the wrong last step. Maybe you sort of thrust forward with the wrong angle, and you deal the guy a glancing blow more than anything. Tony, you put yourself in the position to catch the man, you know, expecting him to be knocked out. Because he doesn't fall, you basically sort of brush against his side somewhat. The 7 will allow you to sort of cling. You're sort of clinging on around his waist a little bit.
Okay, so I've grabbed hold of him successfully, but it's not really helping.
Yes. So I
This is the
think
most painful realization of old age that I've ever experienced.
it's like Last of the Summer Wine, 1930s edition. But I guess that means we have to go into combat for the three of you now. So please roll an initiative, which is 1d6 plus agility.
6.
Right, let's roll for him.
7.
Oh, nice.
And that is a 5, rather annoyingly. So
Oh wow.
Tony goes first. So I looked at the dice and I was like, why is it not more than that? This tonight was my revenge night, and it's failing so far. Oh.
Well,
Tony first, I think.
if I've got hold of him and he was effectively sitting in the chair, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I'm literally going to wrap my arm around his, neck, his face, that kind of area, and pull the entire chair over backwards, and try and slam him down onto the ground.
Right. This is a hand-to-hand. That is 1d6
Daring.
plus 1d6 plus strength. Your fighting skill is for stabbing, so you don't get that.
Mhm.
So it's 1d6 plus strength, but it's against his. So I
Okay.
shall roll for him as well. So 1d6 plus strength, please. Okay.
Strength. That's a total of 6, I'm afraid.
Which matches his. There's a kerfuffle. There's a struggle. You're sort of pulling forwards and backwards. He realizes that he's being attacked, and as you try to pull him off the chair, he's sort of fighting against you, and he manages to like pull you onto his lap somewhat, but it's very much a stalemate at this point. You're sort of scuffling together like two aging gazelles as Rudi comes piling in with all his might.
Okay, this is my second chance. Yeah, if Rudi fails that too, I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. 7.
7 is good. 7 is good. 7 is enough from where you are with his roll as well. That is good. You swing for him, and this is a better shot. I'm assuming the Legion member was your target and not Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
right. You've outdone with him. You have knocked him down, so he loses a strength. You've knocked him backwards. He's surprised by it. Like he's so focused suddenly on Tony that it's almost like a sucker punch to him. He sort of spins his head somewhat, and he sort of slumps sideways, and he lets go of Tony. He's still conscious, but Tony, you're free from the confines. He sort of turns around to you, Rudi, and throws a wild haymaker. You're a fighting man. It's the punch of a man who's doomed. Could you
That's
please?
a very dangerous punch.
I was gonna say, so could you please roll a 1d6 plus strength, because we are in hand to hand. You can add your fighty as well.
6.
Which is better than him. He rolled a 1, which gives him 3 in total, and he flails past. And as he misses you, you land one more really solid punch to his his jaw, and you knock him down to the ground, and with a sickening thud, and he's not moving. Doesn't appear to be dead, but he is unconscious.
Let's secure the rifle first of all. Remove the magazine, the bullet inside. And probably let's. Did they say the hostages that there were more than one?
You can't see anyone else in here, and you would. There is the reception desk, as you would expect, but he was kind of behind that. He is the only Legion member in this space. I won't make you roll for that. It's clear.
Let's get him back to the prison, the hostages.
You could drag him back through the lounge and into the dining room.
Sure, there's plenty of room, of rope and gagging material there to secure him.
I won't make you roll for it. He's you can drag him. He's not going to move. He is out cold, and you can drag him through and tie him up any way you want, really.
All right, we tie him up and I gag him using the gag of the one who was actually helpful. And I tell him you've been promoted. You're free of the gag.
He's very happy about that, and the first thing he does is spit on the Legion member.
Oh.
Stolen valor.
Exactly. Okay. It appears you've secured the front half of downstairs.
Should we interrogate him, or should we secure the rest of the area first?
Well, the reason I wanted to come through here in the first place was to check the book at reception.
Yep.
So if it's there, can I do so?
You can. So for those of you that can actually see our Twitch, I'm about to show the upstairs because this is going to explain the rooms that people are in and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
For those that can't, Theatre of the Mind. Right, let me load it up. That's there, right. Ben, I believe you're watching it.
I am.
So you're visually
have it.
seeing it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
Right. So upstairs, there is a plan in the book. So I'll let the three of you know there is a plan in the book. There is, as it follows around the stair. As the stairs come up, it follows a long twisting corridor. The corridor comes up, goes upwards, and then swings to the right. On the right-hand side of the corridor, you have male dorm 1, male dorm 2, a single room, and then male dorm 3, male dormitory. And then on the left of the corridor, there is a bathroom, and then there's a large female dormitory 1, female 2, female 3, a single room, and then private quarters, which would be for the owner, I suppose.
Yep.
Now, they say, according to this, as you flick through, last person is booked into the single male room.
Right.
Which is, if you go up into the corridor and you follow it around, is the third door on the right.
Okay. Yes. Yes, and I can see it on the plan as well. So there are many doors up there. Excellent. Okay. All right. So I will rejoin the others, of course, and let them know. Keeping my voice relatively low. I don't want to give away what our next move is, if you know, in case anyone's listening. But I will let them know that person was checked into the single room on the male side upstairs, and tell them basically where it is. Give the same description you did. Third door on the right when you get to the corridor of all the doors.
The corridor of doors.
I will give the the machine gun to Monsieur de la Rue,
Oh.
if he wants it.
He will look around and gladly accepts.
Yeah. And then I urge him to go to, maybe all of us, to go where Tony said we should go.
Okay. Is everyone now free in the dining room?
You left someone to. You left them almost.
Yeah, did that plan work? We didn't hear a boom, did we?
Oh, I better roll. Hang
Not so far.
Oh, no.
on. Currently, 5 people are untied.
I'm just tempted to go and collect a few of the hand grenades before we head upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, you can take them. There's 5 hand grenades available, Tony.
Okay.
Oh, my God. There's
I-
no need for punching
Tony
anymore.
will collect 5 hand grenades.
Wow.
Oh, so Tony's got grenades. Gaston's got a proper rifle here.
But Rudi has 2 cannons.
Oh, does he ever? He's the most well armed of all of them.
Yes.
Exactly.
Literally.
And as the 3 of you tool up, you look at your pile of grenades, your big rifle, your cannons. You hear the sound of footsteps overhead on the floor above. Several footsteps. And that, dear friends, is where we finish for this evening. The assault on floor 1,
Wow.
Oh,
It's going to be
Younger Berg
a
Coffee.
D-Day all over again.
I'm excited, I have to say.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Going into battle with these 2 fine specimen of fighting
Who are
Fighting
only very slightly unhinged.
daring doers.
So much
It's
daring.
going to be the most explosive episode of them all. Definitely. 5 grenades.
Thanks, Fez. 5 grenades. Count them.
Yeah.
That's almost 1 per room. Just toss them in.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of rooms.
A lot of rooms. Oh,
I
thank
hope
you
I
very
didn't
much.
lag
Thank you
too
very much.
much. I think it was
No.
okay.
Sound
Yeah,
wise,
it
you were
seemed alright.
absolutely fine. And
Okay.
as beautiful as you are, the sound is the most
Excellent.
important thing.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed, that's true.
that's good.
Thank you, Luke. Comrades, everyone. It was a short but sweet session, definitely.
Yes, thank you very much. It was so kind of you to join us, John. It was as always, a huge pleasure. And
Yeah.
thank you to anyone who watched live or tuned in for on demand later. We always appreciate it. Thank you very much. And Luke, thank you for not being too vengeful.
I'm a kind GM. That's what I like to be known as.
Was it a kind GM or was it your dice not living up to the expectation?
Oh, my red dice. Yeah, I'm switching back to pink for next time. Then I'll be.
No.
You're
available.
definitely
no.
not doing that.
Don't do that.
No,
Oh.
no. Pink dice are not okay.
Well, until our next vengeful time. Thank you for joining us, John. Thank you, guys. We're back next weekend. We've got Traveller on Friday. We've got the Villages on Saturday. We do have something that we're planning over the summer months. I need to chase you up about this, John, actually. We're going to do some one-shots, some weird one-shots that we're going to try and get some regulars in for to join. So we'll message all of those. If you're watching, all those semi-regulars you love to watch, we're going to offer them in some others to see if they want to join us. And let's have the summer of love. The summer of love is back in 2025. But until that point, take care, everyone. Sleep well, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.